Good evening, JCTV, and welcome to Cronin Field on the campus of Jesuit High School. I'm Raul Dua here alongside Ben Landauer, bringing Women's Lacrosse Senior Night to our viewers live on Jesuit Crusaders television. Tonight's matchup will be a Metro League Conference matchup featuring the visiting Tigard Tigers, who come into this matchup with a 5-10 overall record and an 0-8 record in Metro League play, going up against the home team Jesuit Crusaders, who come into this matchup with an 11-3 overall record, coupled with a perfect 8-0 slate in the Metro League. It is a perfect night for lacrosse here at Jesuit High School, and we should be in for a good one today. So Ben, what are your keys to the game to lead the Crusaders to a win and a victory on senior night?
Well, Rahul, this season the girls team has found a lot of success off transitional lacrosse. Players such as Emily Steele, Margot Rajat, and Bella Sobel, very quick and athletic players, have carried the transitions for the Crusaders, allowing them to score on a high percentage of these possessions. I also believe that as long as the Crusaders play their lacrosse, they will find a lot of success against this Tigard team.
And Ben, we had a chance to interview team captain, defender Grace Hamburg, and another defender, Georgia Gray, yesterday. And right now I think we'll play that.
I'm Ben Landauer here with Georgia Gray and Grace Hamburg of the Women's Jesuit Lacrosse team. Grace, as a captain of the Women's Lacrosse team, what are your team's expectations for this year's playoffs?
I think this year for playoffs we're going to make a good run. We've been concentrating a lot on bonding as a team and playing Jesuit lacrosse, so I think as long as we concentrate on playing our game, we'll go pretty far.
Georgia, what is the team going to be like next year with the absence of the amazing seniors?
We have a lot of seniors, and especially Emily Steele, who gets the most draws and goals for our team, and so her absence will definitely play a big part in our season next year, but we have a lot of underclassmen who will rise up too.
And Grace, finally, what are your goals for tomorrow night's game against Tigard?
Hopefully we're going to win to honor our seniors. Really, it's all about the seniors. We want to honor them.
All right, thank you guys. This is Ben Landauer with JCTV. Thanks for watching.
And as Grace alluded to in that interview, it is senior night. So as it is senior night, we'd like to extend a warm and special welcome to all the families and friends of the seniors playing today. We hope you enjoy our broadcast today. And now let's jump into the rosters for tonight's game. First for the visiting Tigard Tigers. Number 1, Morgan Blackwell. Number 4, Sabrina Spizak. Number 7, Hannah Wilhoit. Number 8, Rebecca Christensen. Number 10 is Darylyn Distant. Number 16 is Ashley Bardizal. Number 17 is Megan Shuck. Number 22 is Shannon Conroy. Number 23 is Taylor Waffle. Number 24 is Madison Bilodeau. Number 25, Mason Chesler. Number 32, Anna Thompson. And in goal tonight is number 45, Annika Stolberg.
Yeah, thank you, Rahul. Yeah, so that's the Tigard roster. And now for the Jesuit Crusaders roster, number 1, Margot Rajat. Number 2, Molly Porter. Number 3, Savannah Obi. Number 4, Ella Smith. Number 5, Emily Steele. Number 7, Katie Anderson. Number 8, Taylor Hamper. Number 9, Sajal Dua. Number 10, Grace Lee. Number 11, Paige Havel. Number 12, Sarah Noteboom.
Captain Molly Porter.
Number 17, Gabrielle Wrighton. Number 18, Grace Hamburg. Number 19, Natalie Manlove. Number 20, Samantha Rude. Number 21, Piper On. Number 22, Bella Sobel. Number 23, Ainsley Campista. Number 25, Georgia Gray. Number 28, Hope Kaminsky. Number 32, Gabby Gonzalez. And in goal tonight, number 55, Kat Grimmy.
Number 12, Sarah Notabu. Number 17.
And we'd like to give a special shout out to the 6 seniors playing in their final games at Cronin Field for regular season play tonight. They are number 5, Emily Steele, number 3, Savannah Obi, number 7, Katie Anderson, number 9, Sajal Dua, number 2 Molly Porter, and number 28 Hope Kaminsky. So those are our special seniors tonight. They will be honored at halftime along with their families, so that's definitely something to look forward to as halftime approaches.
Yeah, and as you heard in the interview, as Georgia explained that these seniors on the team this year are very important, have a very important role on this team. They're the heart of this team, and it's sad for them to play their last home game, regular season game here at Cronin Field, but hopefully they'll have a lot more games coming for the playoffs.
Grace Hamburg and Piper on to sing the national anthem.
Yeah, thank you, Piper on and Grace Hamburg. That was a wonderful national anthem. Hope you guys could hear that one. Yeah, 2 members of this women's lacrosse team. You'll be able to see them on the field tonight.
And we are just about ready to start here at Cronin Field. It is perfect weather for some good old lacrosse. Blue skies, sunny.
No wind.
Yeah, we should be in for a good one here today, Ben. And Jesuit will break their cheer, as will Tigard, and we should be off to the races here.
Yeah, Raul, I've noticed that Tigard doesn't have too many players. I wonder if that'll be a factor in today's game, as the Crusaders have a decent amount of bench players, which will affect this game. Tired legs in lacrosse is not the best thing to have, especially in the closing half quarters. But we'll see if Tigard can persevere through this today.
Defending the west end of Cronin
And
Field.
an awesome sight here is Coach Mackenzie Colson has deployed all of her 6 seniors in the starting lineup as it is senior night. So a great honor for them. Emily Steele, Molly Porter, Katie Anderson, Hope Kaminsky, Savannah Obi, and Sejal Dua are all starting tonight.
Yeah, and as you can see, Emily Steele at midfield for the draw.
Avery Kim for the Tigers
And Emily Steele committed to the University of Hartford in Connecticut to play lacrosse. A very exciting experience and opportunity for her to play lacrosse in college.
And Steele will control the draw
Draw
here.
is won by the Crusaders.
And she will pass. The ball will find its way to Bella Sobel. Bella Sobel will dodge out the goalie and get a quick goal just 15 seconds into the ball game. Bella Sobel, one of the great young talents on this Jesuit High School women's lacrosse roster. She has been one of the pleasant surprises for this program in the past 2 years. Off to a hot start early.
And Raul mentioned before, she's been on this team for 2 years as players Taylor Hamper, Georgia Gray, and Grace Hamburg have been on this team as freshmen as well. And we also have to mention the freshman on this team. Piper on, Paige Havel, and Ella Smith. As you can see, Ella number 4 called for the push.
And in my opinion, Ella Smith has the potential to be an X factor tonight. She's been one of the pleasant surprises for Coach Mackenzie Colson thus far in the season. She didn't project to have a huge role coming into the season, but she has come on very strong for 41 goals off of 64 shots on goal. Just an amazing statistic, good enough for the second leading goal scorer on the team.
Yeah, and she's a freshman, another three more years, for this talent to play for the Crusaders. It's very exciting for the Crusader program. And Emily Steele here on the transition, like I mentioned before. Transitional lacrosse is what the Crusaders love to do, as Sobel decides to slow it down. And a crease violation. The goalie came out of the crease with the ball and went back in. Looks like it'll be Crusader ball. Sejal Dua.
I have to say I'm a very proud brother today that has my sister Sejal Dua on the field, celebrating senior night tonight. I'm very proud of her. We'll see if she can make an impact along with her other seniors tonight.
Slow whistle. Ball is a dangerous check.
And dangerous check called against the Tigers. There's a free shot for Ella Smith. And a great save
Saved by Annika
Annika Stauberg. Emily Steele, another save.
Emily Steele's shot rings off the post.
Beautiful pass there to Savannah Obi. A beautiful goal there to get right past the goalie. The assist from Sejal Dua. A great pass, great finish. And it must be special for Obi to have a goal on her senior night. Definitely something that all these seniors I know look forward to in the 4 years here in the Jesuit Women's Lacrosse program.
And Rajat will take the draw for the Crusaders.
And Rajat is another one of these interesting players, one of the most impactful on this Jesuit roster. She is committed to the University of Vermont. She's a junior currently, so she is in early commitment, but she is arguably one of the top players in this team aside from Emily Steele, who is signed to the University of Hartford.
And we will have another draw.
And Rajat has 39 goals on this season. Definitely one of the top on the team. That's good for third, actually, in the team's goal tally.
Push is called against the Tigers.
And the push against the Tigers. Ella Smith will start this play over.
And Smith showing off her speed there. She's getting right past 2 defenders on her way to the goal. Hits it straight in the back of the net.
Yeah, Ella Smith, one of the quickest players on this team, as you can see there. She just blew by the Tiger defense and easily found the back of the net, propelling the Crusaders to a 3-0 lead early in this game.
And I think that's what makes Smith so special. She is a good mix of speed and quickness and hustle and strength. And I think that leads her to be effective on the field. She, like we saw there, she blew right past 2 defenders, had a one-on-one with the goalie, which is very difficult for a goalie to save in any circumstance.
Yeah, Tigard will have to send defensive sliders there on those type of plays, because Ella Smith just expressing her speed there, and she's not one of the only players with that type of speed. As she finds Emily Steele, another player with that type of quickness, as the pass is blocked by
Sobel with a deflected pass there. Grace Lee now with the ball behind the goal.
Rajat scoops it up.
Rajat with the inside pass to Sobel. And a good save there by Stolberg.
Stolberg with the save for the Tigers.
And I'll tell you what, that is a very difficult shot to save as Grace Lee intercepts the pass.
Finds Ella Smith. Who finds Rajat. A missed catch.
On the ground.
As Sajal Dua scoops it up. Tries to find Emily Steele, who finds the ball. Emily Steele just trying to reset this offense. Trying to get to some possession time as Smith cuts and can't find the ball.
And what I was alluding to with the one-on-one situation, is ball is nearly intercepted. In a one-on-one situation, it's very difficult for the goalie to save the ball, so I was very impressed with Stolberg there. Bell Sobel, one of the best players on this team, and there is Stolberg again with the save from Emily Steele's shot. And that's a very difficult shot to save, albeit from one of the top players in the state of Oregon.
Yeah,
and Margot Rajat nearly intercepts a pass. Could not quite pick up the ball there, though.
Yeah, that's 3 saves already for Stolberg on 5 Crusader shots. We'll see if that comes into a factor later today. As Smith
And it
gets
looks like
checked in the
Smith
face.
was hit in the face mask. And it looks like it will be a penalty on Tigard. It's on number 10, Darylyn Distant.
She got a Darylyn Distant got a yellow card, excuse me,
Check to the head.
for a check to the head.
Crusaders will have a 2-minute warming up position.
And it will be a 2-minute one-man up situation for the Crusaders as Ella Smith dodges into a slew of Tiger defenders.
As Rajat fires with her strong left hand and finds the back of the net.
And I think that's what makes her one of the best on this team bench. She's so fearless. She is so determined to get into the middle of the goal. And that's what makes her so effective on the lacrosse field. She's so determined and effective, and I'm sure that's probably one of the traits that the coaches at the University of Vermont were looking for when they recruited her.
Yeah, Rahul, her ability to go both ways, left and right. Her left, her strong, but her right just as equal. It's a very dynamic way to play lacrosse. It's very challenging for defenders to guard you, especially with our experience being lacrosse players. We know that it's best to have both hands available because defenders try to look for that weak hand and force you to that side. But as Rajat expressed there, if you're able to go both ways, the defender has a much harder time defending you.
And the draw is controlled by Emily
Draw
Steele.
control for the Crusaders by number 5.
Steele looks like the ball was kicked. Nonetheless, the ball is picked up by Tigard by number 21, Avery Kim. And it looked like a trampling situation there.
Tigers are even
It's
ball.
Grace Hamburg caught with the push.
And I think if Tigard can stall possession here for a little bit, just stop some of Jesuit's offensive momentum, they should be in good position here to mount a comeback.
I'll tell you what, Rahul, we haven't talked about Kat Grimmy much tonight, but it's her first year of lacrosse. She's a great. She's a great goalie with their first year of lacrosse.
And I'll tell you what, being a goalie, especially in high school, is a very difficult task as the shot goes by Grimmy there. Madison Bilodeau gets the ball past Grimmy, and I had the chance to speak to Grimmy today, and she said that being goalie is one of the most difficult tasks she's faced, especially a first-time goalie, but she's done very well for this Crusaders defensive unit. She's led them to a supposed first-round bye in the state playoffs coming up in a couple weeks.
Yeah, and she also loves playing goalie. She's playing every single minute, every single game. The Crusaders are the fifth place team in the state, And it's a first year as a goalie. That's very hard to do, is playing those top teams. One example is OES. She kept him in the game, going down to the final 5-3 minutes as OES was able to push through and beat this Crusader team, one of their only losses of the season. But Grimmy played a fantastic game. See if she can have another one of those tonight. But I'll tell you what, Rahul, I'm very impressed with how she's played this season. It'll be nice to have a goalie for another 2 years on this women's lacrosse team.
And I think Jesuit's success in the Metro League is just a testament to how fearless she has been and how good she has been in Metro League play. They are 8-0. They have a perfect record thus far in the Metro League. And the Metro League is arguably one of the top conferences in all of Oregon. So she is definitely playing with very difficult competition. So it's very impressive to see what she's been able to accomplish thus far.
Yeah, and as you guys can see in the goal, she's moving around, directing her defense what to do, which is what you want from a goalie, a leadership role. She's keeping her feet under her and just moving around, trying to protect that near post at all times, especially with that sun in her eyes. That's a challenge for a goalie, this ball being very small and also yellow, which blends into the sunlight, but we'll see how she can do here.
Here's Morgan Blackwell. And the penalty is released for Tigard. So it will be an even scenario here for Tigard going against Jesuit's defense. And the seniors are holding up very well thus far. We are just under 10 minutes into the game, and all the seniors are still in the ball game, which is very impressive and just a testament to the success they've accomplished so far. And it will be a yellow card on Tigard, number 4, Sabrina Spizak. And that is Spizak's 8th yellow card of the season. So she may look to limit those in the future.
Yeah, that'll be a 2-minute man-up possession for the Crusaders.
And it's really difficult because they just released a 2-minute penalty, so Tigard will be back to a man-down situation.
As the
Crusaders going against a strong Jesuit offense and defense.
As the Crusaders turn it over. And correction, sorry on my part. The Jesuit women's lacrosse team is actually 3rd in the state now, as Westland.
Yeah, Westland and Wilsonville had a head-to-head matchup recently, ended in a 17-16 win for Wilsonville, I believe. So Jesuit will vault into the top 4 in the Oregon rankings, and that, if the standings do stand, that will net them a first-round bye in the state playoffs.
That's exactly what the Crusaders are hoping for. As you can see, they're full throttle here.
And here Coach Colson will begin to empty out the bench. Seniors Hope Kaminsky and Katie Anderson have departed from the game, and sophomore Georgia Gray and junior Gabrielle Gonzalez have entered the game.
As Emily Steele with a nice quick stick. Finding the back of the net. Now the score 5-1 to the Crusaders with 15 minutes left in this game.
Genuine goal scored by number 5, Emily Steele.
Grace with the assist. A transfer, a sophomore. She's another addition to this team that has helped the Crusaders propel into the top 3 in the state rankings this year. I'll tell you what, Rahul. Sorry about that, technical difficulties. But Rahul, as I was saying, the Crusaders are really trying to push into this playoff run this year, trying to get to the state finals and hopefully winning the first women's lacrosse title ever here at Jesuit.
And I think that's the goal here for first-year coaching staff, Mackenzie Colson. Her and her coaching staff, which consists of Natalie Harrington and Lauren Blumhart, came over from George Fox University. They brought their entire coaching staff, and I think that just shows how much they believe in this program and its potential. Just shows that they believe they can do something with this program, and that's good that they're committed to this program. Obviously, a high school team is less of a power job per se as compared to a college team, but I love Coach Colson's commitment and her staff.
As Emily Steele finds the back of the net, now the lead 6-1 for the Crusaders with 14 minutes and 12 seconds left in this first half.
Timeout is called.
And a timeout is called on the field as both teams discussing their play so far, any improvements that they can uphold on the field.
And I love how authoritative Coach Colson is in her huddle. You see she's leading her players, talking to them, telling them what to improve on, what they've been doing well. And now we'll go down, or excuse me, very soon we will go down to sideline reporter Sona Sridharan as she will give a report.
And as you can see at the Cronin Field tonight, a beautiful day here in Portland, Oregon. The shadows just reflecting on the field. A little breeze, as you can see, with that American flag back in the background. But a great day to play lacrosse. The men's lacrosse team, are playing Aloha tonight as we speak. The men's team is 16-1 this year. They're trying to push back to the state championship. And as we speak, we're going to go down to Sona for a sideline interview.
It's a beautiful day out here at Cronin Field, and the girls have just taken a timeout. Jesuit is up about 6-1, and it's been a great day. The weather's holding out, and I think we're going to see some real progress from them. Scores by Bella Sobel and Margot and many other players, and I think we're going to have a good game. Back up to you guys.
And welcome back into our broadcasting booth as the timeout will end. Thank you, Sona, for that report. I definitely agree that Jesuit will look to carry this momentum into the latter parts of the first half and into the beginning parts of the second. And I'll tell you what, Kat Grimmy is getting hyped up with her teammates out there. That's great to see. It's great to see the defense having such immense trust in their goalkeeper. It's definitely the camaraderie and the chemistry that you hope for in a lacrosse team.
Again, taking the draw for the Crusaders, 17, Gabby Wright.
Gabby Wrighton will take the draw today against number 32, Anna Thompson. Ella Smith finds the ball, using her speed to blow by the Tiger defense, finding her way to the goal, and shooting and finding the bottom right corner. Way to fake up the goalie there by Ella Smith, the freshman. Now 7-1 for the Crusaders with 14 minutes left in this first half.
And I'll tell you what, Ella Smith has been very impressive thus far. On 2 occasions now, she has just blown right past the defenders. She's just split the seams and gone straight to the goal for an immediate one-on-one situation against the goalie, and that's just a very good trait to have, very quality trait when searching for a women's lacrosse player.
Yeah, and as I was mentioning before, the sideline interview by Sona, the men's lacrosse team is playing Aloha tonight. They're 16-1 on the season. They're trying to get back to that state championship game like they did last year against Beaverton. They just came off a very impressive win, a rematch of the state championship game against Beaverton, 13-4 here on Cronin Field last week on Friday. Sam Hanley had 8 assists, which is a very impressive number for the UPenn commit.
And the draw looks to be controlled by Tigard, and it will be controlled by Tigard. Number 4, Sabrina Spizak. And Margot Rajat going straight to the goal. And a beautiful goal there by Rajat. She had the defender turning round and round and round. And Rajat on her back foot went for a top left goal straight past the goalie. Good goal there by Rajat. That's Jesuit's eighth of the game.
Yeah, and Margot's second, using both on her left hand. The University of Vermont commit, as Bella Sobel coming in for Sejal Dua, number 9, the senior.
Other varsity games around the state this evening. St. Mary's Academy is
And another
taking on the
varsity games.
Clackamas.
St. Mary's will be taking on Clackamas. And right about now in the state playoff picture, it's very critical. Each game is critical. You definitely want to win, and a loss could even just vault you out of the playoffs.
As Piper on finds the ball,
Crusaders come up with
trying
the
to
draw
push
for
forward.
goal.
She finds Bella Sobel, but a whistle called.
Ball is given to the Tigers. Change of possession.
And
Change
the ball will be given to the Tigers after a penalty what looked to be on.
And I'll tell you what, some more Jesuit athletics here. The Jesuit softball team is ranked number 1 in the state with a very impressive record of 21-2. The softball team last night won a very tough game against the Liberty Falcons 3-2. They're now number 1, or excuse me, they have been number 1 in the state. They're looking to push for another state championship game like they did last year, as well as the Jesuit men's lacrosse team, which I've already spoken about, trying to get back to that state championship game this year and this time win it.
And I'm not sure if any of you watched the Beaverton versus Jesuit men's lacrosse game last Friday. I was also announcing that game, and I had an interview with Tucker Dordovic, and it was very interesting how he was kind of craving the idea of payback against those Beaverton Beavers. Jesuit thought they deserved that state championship victory as a huge save there from Kat Grimmy. Anyway, Tucker Dordovic thought that Jesuit deserved that game, and they will do everything in their power to get back to the state championship game this year.
As Georgia Gray tries to find Bella Sobel, a mishandle there. As Tiger finds the ball, and it looks like Jesuit's triple teaming them, but a push called on number 22, or excuse me, a cross check called on number 22, Bella Sobel.
And it looks like a sophomore trio there playing defense on number 23, who is Taylor Waffle. Georgia Gray, Taylor Hamper, and Bella Sobel, 3 of the top sophomores on Jesuit playing defense. And coming up in just about 10 minutes, we will have the senior night festivities for this women's lacrosse team. It's always great to see.
Yeah, the women's lacrosse team was signing cards outside the locker room before the game today. They had streamers and everything set up in the locker room, trying to pump up the team, but most of all recognize these loved seniors on this team who've been in the lacrosse program for 4 years now. They'll be deeply missed by the whole school as well as this women's lacrosse program.
Yeah, and like we heard Georgia Gray allude to in that interview, these seniors have become kind of the thick of this team. They're so important to how the team functions, especially players like Emily Steele, who is arguably one of the best players in the state, like we said before, and in the Metro League. So it will be interesting to see how Jesuit functions without them next year.
Another save by Kat Grimmy.
And another save there by Kat Grimmy.
And I'll tell you what, Rahul, head coach Mackenzie Colson has put in every single girl on this team today, which is nice to see, putting confidence in all these players before playoffs, trying to get each player some playing time, which is great to see, as the Crusaders are one of the top teams in the state, and it's nice to see every single player playing and contributing to this 8-1 lead against the Tigers.
Yeah, and Coach Colson was kind enough to give me some tidbits on this Tiger team last week. And she was very impressed by the play of the goalie, Annika Stahlberg. And she said that it's important not to take any opponent for granted, as Georgia Gray picks up the ground ball from lost by Tigard. But she was telling me that it's important to treat every game like it's your last, because state playoffs are coming up and every game could be their last with the nature and the adrenaline associated with state playoffs.
Isabella Sobel finds a cutting Paige Havel, who finds Taylor Hamper.
And Molly Porter and Emily Steele will sub in, as will Ainsley Campista. Coming off will be Natalie Manlove, Gabby Wrighton, and Georgia Gray.
As you can see here, the Jesuit defense is just throwing players at the ball, putting a lot of pressure on this Tiger team to clear. One of the most important things in the lacrosse game is to keep the ball and get into the box before the failure to advance call is called. Isabella Sobel fires in a great save.
And I've been very impressed by Stahlberg thus far. She's saved quite a few of Bella Sobel's shots, and Sobel's definitely not doing anything wrong. It's just Stahlberg's talent. She's in the right place at the right time, and that's a very good trait to have as a goalkeeper. Here's Note Boom passing to Rajat, and I think this is Rajat's favorite place to operate as it pertains to the field. She can give a dodge and run right past the defender, as she did there. The shot was just merely off. Emily Steele picks up the ball nonetheless.
Another save by Annika Stolberg on Margot Rajat.
And I'll tell you what, this was kind of meant to be a rebuilding year for Jesuit. They lost seniors midfielder Andrea McAllilad, midfielder Caroline Boitano, and goalkeeper Morgan Majors. So I think the expectations were not as high as they have been in previous years. But this team has been one of the best. I think some of it has to do with the new coaching regime.
As Taylor Hamper is called for a yellow card here.
But
yeah, Rahul, adding to your point, these younger players have stepped into the roles of those seniors last year, especially Kat Grimmy, the goalie, first year ever playing lacrosse. But it's just not one player who makes up this team. It's
Yeah, and like you said, Ben, it's really not one player that makes up this team. I think Jesuit has been able to make up for the loss of talent with the influx of underclassmen like Georgia Gray, Grace Hamburg, Bella Sobel, Ella Smith, Piper On, and like you said, the goalie Kat Grimmy. It just takes commitment and time and effort. And I think that's what these girls have put in en route to a state playoff berth.
Yeah, sorry about that phone ring there. As Margot Rajat on the fast break.
Rajat turning on the afterburners and getting it right past Stolberg. Rajat with a quick 1-2 move there. Switched hands, which is a very valuable skill to have. And with the left-handed goal right past Stolberg, that is Rajat's third of the game.
And you might be wondering, these banners here on the track. Jesuit hosted Twilight Relays a couple weeks ago, a Northwest track event where hundreds of athletes come to compete here and thousands of fans come to watch. It's a very special event that Jesuit hosts every year. It's always fun to watch some of the top athletes in the country race on Jesuit's very own track. As Jesuit calls timeout, trying to talk things over here with their 9-1 lead with 6 minutes and 30 seconds left in this first half.
And as far as state rankings go, Jesuit is currently ranked 3rd in the state of Oregon, while Tigard enters this matchup ranked 23rd in the state. This comes on the heels of, like we aforementioned, the Westland-Wilsonville game, which vaulted the Crusaders from 5th to 3rd place. And if the season did end today, they would be in position for a first-round bye in next week's state playoffs. Jesuit won the first head-to-head meeting of this year which ended in a 15-3 result in a game which was held at Tigard High School.
Yeah, and one of my keys to the game earlier, as I mentioned, transitional lacrosse for this Crusaders team. They've scored roughly half their goals on these counterattacks that they're very impressive at. Margot Rajat, Emily Steele, and Bella Sobel, as well as Ella Smith, leading the way. Georgia Gray, also part of that contribution there. But it looks to me like Jesuit just throwing players, trying to score as many goals as they can.
And I'll tell you what, it's immeasurable how good of experience this is for the younger players on this Jesuit team. It is very important for the seniors and the juniors nonetheless, but it's just such a confidence builder to have playing time like this late in the season with such important games. So great job by Coach Mackenzie Colson to get all the players involved this early in the game.
Yeah, and when you get deeper into the playoffs, the more impressive, or the better teams you play. As legs get tired, the better players on this team. So it's nice to see Coach Mackenzie Colson putting these players in, these younger players in, to build their confidence before going into the playoffs. So when they need to step it up against the teams as of LO and Westland and Wilsonville, they're not as nervous or shaky, and they can lead the team to a hopeful victory.
Number 32, Anna Thompson.
And it will be number 1 Margot Rajat for Jesuit facing off against number 32 Anna Thompson for the Tigers here on the draw. Ball is up, and the draw will be controlled by Margot Rajat. Rajat, here she goes with her patented 1-2 move. She will get it right past Stolberg for her 4th goal on the night. Rajat having a great game so far.
Yeah, Margot finding that bottom right corner, a very difficult position for a right-handed goal to save, as they have to go across their whole body down to the bottom right corner to find that ball. But that's a great placement there by Rajat. Very important to place that ball away from the goalie's stick and where a goalie cannot expect it.
In Metro action, the Westview Wildcats taking on the Sunset Apollos.
And then Metro League action here, women's lacrosse. The Westview Wildcats are taking on the Sunset Apollos. As we speak, we'll get that score back to you a little bit later in the game.
For right now, it will be Rajat against Thompson for the draw. And Rajat will get yet another draw control on the night. Thompson nearly picked up the ball there, but will go back into the stick of Rajat.
As Rajat finds Sajal, a low pass there. As Emily Steele finds the ball at the 35-yard line.
And Grace Lee now with the ball.
As Ella Smith is coming in for Margot Rajat here. And a mishandle by Grace Lee, and the Tigers will take the ball over. Yeah, and coming up at halftime, as we mentioned before, the senior recognition night. Senior night here, for those viewers who do not know yet, there'll be a special halftime presentation for our 6 seniors.
And like we said before, we'd like to extend a special welcome to tonight's seniors, as Molly Porter looked to trip over her own cleats and in the process trip a Tigard player. But like we mentioned, we'd like to extend a special welcome to the families and friends of the graduating seniors tonight. It's great to have you here. The senior night celebrations will kick off in just about 5 minutes once the halftime bell horns.
Looks like the Tigers are just trying to keep the ball.
Looks like a lob pass there. And the ball is lost and picked up by number 2, Molly Porter, another senior. It's great to see her doing well tonight. And there is Tigard there to break up the ball. It was Sophie Spisak there to knocked the ball out of Porter's stick. Here is Spisak.
And Kat Grimmy won't have to deal with that sunlight anymore as the sun settled behind the clouds tonight on this wonderful day in Portland.
And I'll tell you what, I think this is the perfect part of the night. It's about 8:11 right now, Portland time. The sun is just set, but it's still light out, perfect lacrosse weather.
As Alice Smith finds Taylor Hamper here trying to push down the right alley towards the post.
And Hamper, one of the very fast players on this roster. She opted not to go for the goal, instead peeled it out to Grace Lee, who passes to Emily Steele, who gets a top cheddar goal from Grace Lee.
Yeah, nice sidearm there, using that powerful right hand of Emily Steele's.
And Emily Steele is having an illustrious game here on her senior night. It's great to see them all being successful on one of the biggest night of their young lacrosse careers here so far.
Emily Steele will take the draw for the Crusaders.
And I'll tell you what, Rahul, it's nice to see a lot of the friends of these seniors here at Cronin Field cheering their women's lacrosse team on, as you can see down on the field. And the JV women's lacrosse team beat the JV Tiger team earlier today right before this game. An impressive win for that JV team. Some of those players looking to possibly swing during this year's playoffs. As Emily Steele finds the ball, looking to push.
And we just had a picture of the crowd up on the screen, and it's great to see the turnout here for such a big event as Sajal Dua passes to Ella Smith, who passes to Grace Lee for the goal.
Selfless passing, catching.
Beautiful ball movement here by the Crusaders, and a good transition goal there from Dua to Smith to Lee for the finish over Stolberg.
Yeah, again, that transitional lacrosse the Crusaders love to play. I'll tell you what, it's worked all season long, Rahul. Trying to get that counterattack down before playoffs is a very important role, because coming down to the final minutes, you may have a counterattack that could propel you into the next round.
And I'll tell you what, I think what Coach Colson has emphasized thus far in her young Jesuit coaching career has been those small passes that get the ball from the assister to the goal scorer, those don't go unnoticed. It's very important. Each pass, each cradle is very important. It's very integral to the success of the team and the success of the transition offense that Coach Colson is trying to run. And it looks like there will be a substitution infraction on Bella Sobel trying to replace Ella Smith. I think they will have to wait till the next dead ball.
A miscommunication there between Coach Colson and Bella Sobel. As the Tigers will maintain possession here, trying to score a goal in the last minute of this first half. I'll tell you what, the Tigers need to keep the ball more in the second half if they want to make a push against this Crusaders teams. They need to get more opportunities on Kat Grimmy. But Kat Grimmy's had 2 impressive saves today out of the 3 shots the Tigers have had. We'll see if they can capitalize on any more shots that they get before this first half comes to a close.
There are just 30 seconds left in this first half, and we are just about 20 seconds away from the senior night celebrations, which I know is an exciting time for all the seniors and their families. So friends and families of seniors, you guys will want to tune in here at halftime. All of the 6 seniors will be walking out, escorted by their families, for coaches and players and teammates to hug them. It's a great sight to see. As another save there by Kat Grimmy as the first half expires, and the score will be 12-1 in favor of the Jesuit Crusaders. Kat Grimmy having herself a great game tonight. And we will jump right into these senior introductions right here, as the seniors, you see, are taking their goggles off, putting their sticks down, and getting ready for the festivities. We will go down right now to a sideline interview for Sona Sridharan.
Okay, I'm Stay over there. There's like a very good possibility there.
Okay. Hi, this is Sona with JCTV, and we're here with a fan. So please say your name and your age for us.
My name's Abigail Saldivar. I'm 16, and I'm a sophomore.
So what's your favorite thing about this game so far, about lacrosse in general?
I love the aggression the girls get to show on the court and like the fiery passion that they show when they're just going after the ball super hard. It's fun to watch.
Do you know anyone on the team?
Yeah, I'm good friends with Grace Lee and Grace Hamburg and Kat Grimmy. It's fun to watch them play.
So how do you think the Crusaders are going to do as the season goes on?
Well, they're creaming in this game, so I think they're going to do pretty well. In the other games that I've seen, they've also destroyed.
Awesome, thank you. This is Sona Sridhan with JCTV.
Thank you, Sona, for that sideline interview.
And at this time, let's take a moment to recognize 6 outstanding seniors that have been an important part of the rich Jesuit lacrosse tradition, who have assisted in carrying on the legacy of the program these past 4 years.
And escorted to the center of the field. We ask that all seniors and their families stay at midfield.
So tonight's seniors, all 6 of them, will be escorted to midfield by their families. There will be a group photo, and then the second half play will resume.
All right, here we go. Our first senior is Katie Anderson.
Our first senior is Katie Anderson. Katie's is being escorted by her mom, Shelly. Katie's played lacrosse for 4 years and will be attending the University of Portland next fall, majoring in biology. Katie's favorite memory has been the team's pregame pump-up in the locker room and their team bonding. Jesuit has helped her grow by pushing her comfort zone and encouraging her to step out of it. Katie played attack for 3 years until this year because knowing that her team would support her going out of her comfort zone, she chose to try and play defense. As for advice for her teammates, she says not only get close with the girls on your team, but the coaches as well. They'll have your back off and on the field.
Katie's teammates had this to say about her. Katie's continuous
And Katie Anderson has been one of the most impressive players on this Jesuit roster. She swung up to varsity in her freshman year and has been a great part of this varsity team ever since sophomore year.
And it's nice to see that the younger players on this Crusader team are giving little treats to the seniors. A very emotional night for this team, a very close bond out of all these players on this team. It's nice to see that they're all giving them their own little present to these loved seniors, I should say.
Our second senior is Savannah Obi. She's being escorted by her parents, Karen and Greg. Savannah has played lacrosse for 4 years and will be attending American University in the fall. She will be studying pre-law. Savannah's favorite memory from her time on the lacrosse team was the beach trip from her sophomore year. It was 40 degrees and raining the whole time, but the team made the most of their time together and didn't stop laughing the entire weekend.
Savannah says that Jesuit has taught her the
Her advice for her teammates is to do your best to embrace every game, every practice, and every goal. They are so blessed to be able to go out and do what they love every day, but it is temporary. The game has so much to teach if they open their minds and shut out excuses, and I think that's great advice there. I mean, we can all get caught up in excuses and trivial stuff, but it's good to keep it real sometimes.
Yeah, the seniors are the heart of this team, teaching these younger players how to propel and be better players for the next coming years as they play for this women's lacrosse team.
You are an amazing lacrosse player and bring a great skill level and intensity to the team and the games. I'm so glad I got to play with you. You are light on this team.
And as I aforementioned, it's a very emotional night for this team.
Everyone on this team by simply being in this. You never fail to give 100%, and that will carry you everywhere.
It's nice to see how supportive this women's lacrosse team is for these seniors as she's attending American University next year in Washington. Our third senior is Sejal Dua. She's being escorted by her parents Sarita and Bupesh. Sejal has played lacrosse for 4 years and will be attending Tufts University and studying biomedical engineering. Sejal's favorite lacrosse memory is playing pickup basketball and stick pong with her teammates on our beach trip last year. They really got close to her on that trip, which is nice to hear. It was really cool to see how the beach trip translated on the field when they played. Sejal says the lacrosse program and Jesuit in general have helped her become more confident as a person, and it has taught her just how much sports can influence her life by bringing her closer to those around her. Her advice for her teammates is to cherish the memories with the team, because looking back on her time here, it's not the tough losses or even the really amazing wins that she's going to miss. It's all the team dinners, the times that got hyped in the locker room, and all the small moments in between that made lacrosse so amazing for Sejal Dua. And Rahul, do you have anything to elaborate on your sister?
Yeah, I'm really proud of my sister. She's been very committed to this team and this program for the past 4 years. I'm very excited for her, for what the future holds. I'm a very proud brother right now. She will be going on to Tufts University in Boston. I know myself and my family could not be any prouder. We'll miss her next year.
Yeah, Sejal, a good friend of mine as well. I've known her for multiple years. She's a great person to look up to and a great older sister, I might say. I love her. Rahul loves her. We all love her. She'll be deeply missed in this Jesuit community as well as on this lacrosse team. But a great applause for Sejal Dua as Georgia Gray presents her flowers and her gifts. A very close friend of Georgia's. Sejal and Georgia are like siblings.
Our fourth senior is Hope Kaminsky. Hope is being escorted by her parents Rachel and Steven. Hope has played lacrosse for 4 years and will be attending Carroll College in the fall, studying pre-med. Hope's favorite memory is from her sophomore year when she scored for the first time that season in a game and threw down her stick and yelled of sheer joy. Everybody thought she had been injured. Hope says the Jesuit has taught her the value of a team and community outside of her family. While her family continues to be her rock, she knows she can always rely on her friends, peers, and teammates to back her up, support, and encourage her. And that's definitely a great memory, I think. Just the sheer joy, like Hope said, of scoring after an injury is probably very frustrating. One of the best feelings in the world, I can say. Scoring a goal after a long time. So, great. It's a great honor for Hope.
Yeah, and you'll never forget that first goal, especially what Hope has done for this Crusaders team, and now in her final regular season game at Cronin Field. But it's one to cherish. But hopefully she can score more in the upcoming games, especially in the playoffs this year, and scream like she did when she scored her first goal.
Our fifth
senior is Molly Porter. Molly's being escorted by her parents Michael and Michelle. Molly has played lacrosse for 4 years and is one of the 4 captains on this team. Molly will attend Texas Christian University, TCU, in the fall studying pre-med. Molly's favorite memory has been all the team sleepovers the past 4 years. It always helped the team to bond more when we knew each other off the field too. Jesuit has helped her become a more well-rounded person and has always helped her learn the importance of being a team player, helping others, and also accepting help from others. She would like to tell her teammates to make the most of each moment on the field, and with your teammates before you realize it, you'll be at your last practice, game, or team event. As far as teammates go, you only have one set, so you might as well make the most of it.
And Molly is one of the half of one of the sister duos, JV and varsity. She is accompanied by her sister Olivia Porter, as was Hope Kaminsky with her sister Grace Kaminsky. And I'd like to give a special shout out to Michael Porter, who is the public address announcer for this women's lacrosse team. He's done a great job this year. Our sixth and final senior is Emily Steele. She's escorted by her father Michael. Emily is a 4-year starter on varsity and is one of the 4 captains on the team. Emily will be playing lacrosse at the University of Hartford in Connecticut next season, and she will be studying health science for physical therapy. Emily's favorite lacrosse memory would have would have to be the first day of tryouts this current year. There was so much energy and everyone was working hard in the speed and agility stations. It was one of the first signs that Jesuit lacrosse would never be the same and would be changed for the better. Emily says that Jesuit has taught her how to listen and give support to others and how to open up and receive support. Her advice to her teammates is to cherish each other's company, be patient with one another, and remember to be passionate but balanced. Eat your fruits and vegetables too. And I think that her first memory really alludes to the change that Coach Mackenzie Colson and her coaching staff has made this year. They've just been so effective in what they've done, and it's definitely translated to good results on the field.
Yeah, and Emily Steele, again, committed to University of Hartford to play lacrosse in Columbia, in Connecticut, excuse me. The final senior there. But I want to thank the seniors for your tireless hours and commitment to this program. You'll be missed next year. They're deeply loved here in the Jesuit community, and it'll be sad to see them go next year.
And Coach Mackenzie Colson is doing a great gesture here for the Tigard seniors as well. She, along with Gabrielle Gonzalez and Grace Hamburg, will honor the two seniors on the Tigard roster. They are Darylyn Diston and Morgan Blackwell. They will get flowers, hugs, and necklaces from Jesuit. A classy act there by Coach Colson. To conclude a great senior night here, I know all of you tuning in are excited to see your friends and or family members moving on in their lives. I'm sure this group will go along to do great things, accomplish great feats in their next 4 years in college.
Yeah, bright future for all 6 of these girls, as well as the 2 seniors on Tigard. But it's nice to see the support of the family and the friends and the teammates on the field right now. But these seniors will be missed next year deeply. As you can see, a very emotional setting. These players giving hugs to each and one of the seniors. But now the second half will take place and resume. Jesuit is up against the Tigard. Tigers 12-1 as halftime comes to a conclusion.
And yeah, like you said, Ben, we will get right back into the action here. There will be a draw at center field to begin the second 25-minute half of this women's lacrosse Metro League battle here between the visiting Tigard Tigers and the home team Jesuit Crusaders. The score is 12-1 in favor of Jesuit currently.
As Rajat, will take the draw to start off the second half for the Crusaders. As well as 21, Avery Kim.
And Rajat has had a good game here so far. 4 goals. They've all been very good too. And this Jesuit team is really showcasing their quickness and agility. Ella Smith, Margot Rajat, Taylor Hamper, 3 of the fastest girls on this team. And I think that just shows the commitment that Coach Colson is asking them to put in. They come in here every night working very hard. They are preparing to play lacrosse in May, and that's what they're on track to do here. They're on track for another win here tonight against Tigard here at Cronin.
And I'll tell you what, Rahul, if the Crusaders can play like this during playoffs, it'll be hard for teams to stop them. They scored multiple goals off of transitional lacrosse, which is one of the hardest plays to stop in this game. If the Crusaders can capitalize on the majority of their transitions like they have tonight against top teams such as OES, Lake Oswego, Westland, Wilsonville, it'll be hard for those teams to stop this powering Jesuit offense as Ella Smith attacking the east end of the field as Sajal Dua fires just wide of the goal, trying to find her first goal of the night on senior night. That'd be a special moment for Sajal.
And it looks like she just got a yellow card, actually, with a dangerous follow-through there. And that is actually her first miss on the year. She was a perfect 5 for 5 earlier. Nonetheless, I know she is very proud and happy of her accomplishment here on senior night. And here will be Spizak with the ball. Sabrina Spizak, that is. She has a sister, Sophie Spizak, also on the team. Number 9.
Tigers with the successful clear.
And it looks like it will be a penalty on Ella Smith.
An offsides called on Ella Smith.
And if you will look at your screen right now, it is a full moon tonight. Beautiful view here from Cronin Field. We are playing under the lights. And a beautiful, fully illuminated moon here tonight. Just a beautiful view.
And the Tigers having a solid possession. As number 1, Morgan Blackwell fires to the bottom right corner and beats Grimmy for the second goal for this Tiger offense today. Score now 12-2 in favor of the Crusaders.
Excuse me, go ahead, Ben.
That's the second time that Kat Grimmy's been beat today. She's had 4 or 5 saves, which is very impressive. It's 2 for 7, for the Tiger offense. As Emily Steele will take the draw against number 21 Avery Kim.
And I'll tell you what, going back to that goal by Blackwell, Tiger fans were very hyped up about that, and I think that's because Blackwell is a senior, and although our focus right now is on the Jesuit seniors, like Coach Colson showed at halftime, these Tiger seniors are not going unnoticed. A goal here as a senior in one of her last games, and all of her high school career is very special as Rajat fires a shot just behind the goal, and Stolberg will clear the ball to Spizak.
As Sage Dua is back into the game, full even numbers now for both teams. Called off that illegal follow-through, or dangerous follow-through, as Alice Smith finds the ball, using her speed to calmly take the ball towards the goal. Who finds Sobel. Bella. Good save by number 45, Annika Stolberg. Just over the crossbar, as she'll reset the possession for the Crusaders. Finding Ella Smith, who a nice split dodge, but another save by Annika Stolberg.
Great save.
Emily Steele. The miss pass there.
And as you listeners can hear in the ambient noise, Coach Colson is yelling out commands and play calls, and that's very good to see her authority on this team. The players definitely respect and look up to her, and I think that's a very important part of their successful run this season.
Crusaders get the ball back.
The Crusaders get the ball back. Grace Lee finding Emily Steele, who just calmly takes it out. And to the right side of the field. Looks like Jesuit's just trying to get some solid possession time in right now. Not really looking to push to score any more goals. So they have a 10-point lead here. As Emily Steele finds Ella Smith, who calmly takes care of the ball here with her left hand, as she uses that speed again with the right hand and a fake pass. Carries it around X. Out to Bella Sobel. With a nice little move there.
Shooting space called against
And a
the
shooting
Tigers.
space called
Bella
against the
Sobel's given a
Tigers.
free position.
As Bella Sobel's given a free shot here. See if she can capitalize and extend this Crusader lead.
I think this is one of the most advantageous calls in all of women's lacrosse. Just a free space to the goal, and Stolberg is having herself a night tonight. She's had numerous saves already in the second half against Bella Sobel and Ella Smith, namely. We'll see if she can continue her success. She has been a bright spot, to say the least, for this Tiger defense.
And Ella Smith with a nice face dodge there, rolling around the goal to beat Stolberg tonight for the 13th time. The Crusaders now up 13-4 against the Tigers, with about 19 minutes, 30 seconds left in this second half here. as the offense was discussing things over. And it looks to be like a full sub, except Sobel staying on the field here for the attack.
Into the game for Jesuits attacking third will be Taylor Hamper, Samantha Root, and Sarah Noteboom. And as PA announcer Michael Porter just said, it will be a line shift for Jesuit, bringing in fresh legs. And they will sub out Savannah Obi, Sejal Dua, Grace Lee, Margaret Rajat, and Emily Steele, 5 of the mainstays in the Jesuit offense.
Like I mentioned before earlier in this game, tired legs may come into factor here, and I think it's really hit the Tigers for some of those players, as some of them are not looking to really press and push for a little run here, but Jesuit just calmly keeping possession of the ball, getting some good minutes holding the ball here in their attacking half. And Sobel finds the ball. Finds Ella Smith. Back to Sobel. Sobel dodging with the right hand. And firing and scoring to beat Stolberg. The score now 14-2 for the Crusaders.
And it looks like the goal will be held off, actually, as a yellow card was just assessed to Bella Sobel for a dangerous follow-through.
Goal does not count.
So the score will remain 13-2, but before that yellow card, I really admire the power that Bella Sobel took en route to the goal. She made a very sharp turn, powered through the defense, and then shot very hard on Stolberg. She did not want the ball to be saved.
Yeah, very impressive burst of speed there.
And good teammate move there by Piper on to deliver some water to Sobel. I know these girls are really trying very hard, putting all their effort into the game. It's good to see their teammates supporting them.
As Ella Smith leading this counter. It's Paige Havel, a freshman. Just trying to get down to X. She safely does, running through some Tigard traffic.
And here is Sarah Noteboom. And like we said before, it's great to see these players building up their confidence before the state playoffs begin. Coach Mackenzie Colson with a very wise move to get all the players on her roster into the game today. Definitely gains their confidence and gears them up for state playoffs. There's some very stiff competition in the state of Oregon this year. They're definitely going to need all the help they can get. And Georgia Gray will be coming on for Hope Kaminsky. And Katie Anderson will look to come off the field. She will come off for Gabrielle Gonzalez. And Piper on, as well as Natalie Manlove, are in the substitution box. They are ready to go in once a sub opportunity arises. Looks like it will be Molly Porter coming off as Bella Sobel's yellow card is released. And there is a goal by Gabby Wrighton. And Ben Wrighton has been another one of the pleasant surprises this year. She's had a big impact on draws and scoring a goal there.
Yeah, the lead now 14-2 for the Crusaders with about 15 minutes left in the second half.
And as a matter of fact, to just accentuate Gabby Wrighton's impact on the year, she just scored scored, her 5th goal out of 8 attempts, which is good enough for 62.5% goal percentage. Very impressive number there.
Yeah, and so far, the stats that we have heard from you, Rahul, thank you. Very impressive goal completion percentage for the majority of the Crusader team. Sejal Dua, 5 for 6. Gabby Wright, 6 for 8. And Ella Smith, 41 for around 60 goals, which is a very impressive number. 41 for 64 shot attempts coming into this game, which is a very nice number in the sport of lacrosse, having 41 goals. Tigard retains possession here. A double team from the Crusaders and a missed pass by the Tigers.
Gabby Gonzalez causes the turnover.
As Georgia Gray finds the ball, trying to push. And a great pass by Georgia Gray to Bella Sobel. Great friends in the sophomore class. As Sobel finds Hamper, who just fires just wide of the goal.
And great ball movement there again. Like we said, the fluidity of this Jesuit offensive attack. Georgia Gray with a game-changing pass there to Sobel. Sobel cradling it down the side of the field, finding Hamper just barely misconnected on the goal.
And a great save by Annika Stolberg there. But as I was saying, once again, that transition that the Crusaders like to push. And almost another successful attempt there. If they can capitalize on the majority of those, coming down to the playoffs, it'll be hard for any team to stop them. That burst of speed that the majority of these players have is a great factor that teams have to consider coming into games against this Jesuit team. As Piper On finds the ball at the top of the box, finding Sobel, who's calling some plays here, trying to get some other players involved in this game, which is great to see. A sophomore commanding this offense.
Yeah, great to see her authority and leadership ability on this team as the ball finds its way to Piper On. Piper On has been one of the most versatile freshmen this year as she hits a bouncing shot just barely saved by Stolberg. Looks like there will be a penalty, however, on Tigard, and On will have a shooting space attempt. She will have a free position here against Stolberg. On will take it in, and she will score against Annika Stolberg. On with that bounce shot, unassisted. And like we said before, On has been a very versatile part of this Jesuit offense and defense. This year, Coach Colson has found her fit to play attack and defense, which is a very good and versatile trait to have. Like we just saw there, On has the ability to score on offense and also play some lockdown defense.
Anna Thompson will take the draw for the Tigers. Gabby Wright for the Crusaders. Anna Thompson with the draw control.
And Piper with her 9th goal of the season. Finding that bottom right corner, I think deflected by Annika Solstrom.
Correction, Annika Stolberg.
Stolberg, excuse me. Rowan, I'll tell you what, Georgia Gray this season, I've been very, very impressed by her defensive play this year, especially against OES, guarding Catherine Lawless, one of the best players in the state, named or committed to Tufts University to play lacrosse. And as I say that, we're going to go down to a sideline interview here with Sona. Take it away, Sona.
This is Sona Sridharan back at Cronin Field. So as the game has gone on, we're about halfway through the second half, and the score is about 15-3. It looks like Jesuit is having a really good lead, and it's starting to cool down here, and they've put up the lights. A lot of great passes have been made, and a few unassisted goals, and that's been great for the team. And their courage has really gone up, and movement has really started to take place here during the game. Back up to you guys.
Crusaders.
Thank you, Sona, for that great sideline report. You guys missed a goal there by Bella Sobel from goal line extended.
Yeah, Sobel finding the top right corner there. But as I was saying to my point earlier, Georgia Gray having to guard Catherine Lawless and Maya Lawless, two sisters on that OES team. Catherine, one of the best players in the state, committed to Tufts University to play lacrosse. But I'll tell you what, she locked down both those players pretty well during that game. Those were some of the best players on that team, as well as Alma Nye and Olivia Giannini. But sadly, that game didn't lean towards the Jesuit Crusaders' favor, but they're looking forward to hopefully playing them in the playoffs this year and upsetting them towards the closer to the state finals.
And like Sona alluded to in her sideline report, I think this game has increased the courage of these girls and the confidence as well. Just having some unassisted goals, having some really fluid passes and good transition games, it really helps.
Shooting space to call.
Good job, Sona. That was a very good report, very relevant topics.
And shooting space called against the Tigers. Grace Lee will have a free shot opportunity here. Seeing if she can extend the lead here. And a deflection by the Tigers defender.
The wall in that goal tonight.
As Annika Stolberg finds.
And the ball will find its way to Madison Bilodeau. And Tigard is looking to pass the ball around.
And as you can see, the Jesuit team just swarming the ball there, allowing no pass opportunities for the Tigers, making it very difficult for them to clear.
And I think with this new coaching staff has come a rejuvenation of this defensive unit. Georgia Gray and Grace Sandberg have really come into their own as defenders, and like we saw with that swarm, this Jesuit defense has just become very relentless. This has become a very hard-working team under Coach Mackenzie Colson, very determined and disciplined team, so it's great to see. It's great for the future of this Jesuit High School women's lacrosse program.
Yeah, Molly Porter also a leader on that defense as well. A very impressive defensive year for this women's lacrosse team. As Anna Thompson will be given a free shooting space here. And she decides to pull back as Jesuit double teams the ball as Piperon fades away. As you can hopefully hear, this defense is talking loud and clear, everyone communicating on the field, which is great to see. Lacrosse, you need communication in order to be successful, and clearly here, this defensive communication has helped this Crusader defense allow only 2 goals today, with the help of a very impressive game from Kat Grimmy.
And like we said, the result of the last head-to-head matchup of these two teams was 15-3 in favor of Jesuit. There's been a similar scoreline tonight. The score currently is 16-2 with just over 6 minutes left in this game. Kat Grimmy has had a very good game, just allowing 2 goals, which is very impressive. In Metro League play, definitely stiff competition as compared to non-conference play.
As Kat Grimmy is able to follow that shot wide right and give the Crusaders the ball here in the final 6 minutes of the game, as Kat Grimmy finds Georgia Gray, exploiting her speed there, finding Piper on here on the counterattack.
There's been a couple of very good passes there by Georgia Gray, first to Bella Sobel and now to Piper on, just initiating this transition offense. As the ball finds its way to Savannah Obie,
Down
to Emily Steele,
who finds Sejal Dua, who pulls away, back to Emily Steele.
This is a very popular play for lacrosse players, with one of the sisters on the team playing at X, finding cutters as they cut into the middle of the goal.
Yeah, and that also reflects on the men's lacrosse team, as Grace Lee finds the back of the net. Score now 17-2 in favor of the Crusaders. But as I was saying, Sam Hanley plays that crucial X position for the men's lacrosse team. And some of you may have watched previous broadcasts or been to a couple games at Cronin Field, but Sam likes to hold the ball down at X and have his teammates cut, which has been very successful this year. Sam having 7 or 8 assists last game, which is a very impressive number. Assisting on 7 or 8, of the 13 goals the Crusaders scored against the reigning state champions Beaverton Beavers.
Looks like Coach Colson has put some of her reliable players back into the game here, with the likes of Emily Steele, Molly Porter, Grace Lee, Sejal Dua re-entering the game.
Anna Thompson with the draw control for the Tigers.
Anna Thompson controls the ball for the Tigers.
Megan Shook rattles the pole.
And this Friday at Cronin Stadium, Jesuit will be hosting the Metro League track meet. That'll be for the title of the Metro League, and teams will propel into the state track meet. It'll be tomorrow and tomorrow and Friday, a 2-day track meet. All Metro League teams will be coming here and competing to try to win that state title, Metro League title.
And some other attractions at Jesuit High School currently are the Senior Silent Retreat, which will be very soon. It will be the final retreat of these Jesuit High School Senior Retreat Campus Ministry careers. So that's definitely a very exciting retreat and a very moving one indeed. And the last coffee house of the year will be on Friday, May 19th. The theme will be When in Rome. So a good singing and acting and arts event there for those interested in the arts. And finally, the annual Crusader Cup soccer tournament presented by the Legato Latino Club will be held beginning after May 12th. So that should be another fun event to watch for.
As Grimmy with a great save there.
Kat Grimmy with her golden helmet.
Her 6th of the day.
And Jesuit has really gone out for a commanding victory here so far. It's 17-2 with just over 2 minutes left in the game. I've been very impressed with the play of Grimmy as well as Margot Rajat, Ella Smith, and Emily Steele. These seniors really going out with a bang here for their regular season play here at Cronin Field. All of them having very good nights tonight.
And with their current position now in the state rankings, looks like the Jesuit women's team will have a first round bye, as well as some home games that some of you should come and attend. It's a great site here. A lot of fans out today, and hopefully there'll be a lot out during playoffs. In fact, I know there will be.
And Ben, like we said before, the speed of this Jesuit team is just a lot to handle for these opposing defenses. So it's definitely something to watch for as playoffs get closer and closer. And also, if the regular season did end today, Jesuit, like you did say, would be in position for a first round bye in the state playoffs. This is an exciting part, the exciting part of spring sports. The playoffs are just ramping up with the last couple weeks of regular season action. Jesuit will be contending in most of its sports, such as softball, men's and women's lacrosse, as well as baseball.
It's also nice to know that this won't be the final game here on Cronin Field for the seniors. They'll have a couple more opportunities, hopefully more than just 2 or 3 to play here on this amazing Cronin field here. As Tigers trying to push and score a 3rd goal tonight.
Megan Shuck.
As Megan Shuck finds the back of the net, the bottom left corner to beat Grimmy for the 3rd time today for the Tigers. And besides those 3 goals, Kat Grimmy's had a great game tonight. The score now 17-3 for the Crusaders with 30 seconds left in the second half. we want to thank you all for tuning in tonight in the closing couple seconds of this game.
And the seniors will ride off into the sunset here on their careers on Cronin Field. Seniors doing a great job.
And I want to thank the crew. Rahul Dua, my sidekick here. Calvin Hyde, our producer. Mac Niedermeyer, our booth camera.
Beautiful save there by Kat Grimmy. Excuse you, Ben. Go ahead.
Parker Morgan, our sideline camera. And Sona, our sideline reporter.
And there will be a penalty called. It will be a yellow card actually on Tigard number 4, Sabrina Spisak, and that will disqualify her for the remaining 3.2 seconds of this game. And there will be a long pass to Steele, which is incomplete, and that will be the end of the game here for Jesuit. Jesuit will mob its goalie Kat Grimmy, and they will move to 12-3 as an overall record for this year, a perfect 9-0 in the Metro League. Tigard, on the other hand, will move to 5-11 on the season for an 0-9 record in the Metro League.
And a very impressive senior night for this Crusader team.
And Ben, after watching this game, who would be your player for the game if you had to choose one?
That's a great question, Rahul. If I had to choose a player of the game, it'd probably be Margot Rajat tonight. She had 4 goals, beating the very impressive Annika Stolberg tonight 4 times. She also had a couple assists. She also played great defense as well as a positive offensive game for her tonight. But I'll tell you what, I don't think there was one outstanding player. I think the whole team contributed on this very special senior night, especially
team effort. Excuse me.
Especially Kat Grimmy, great performance for her.
And yeah, like you said, Ben, it was definitely a team effort. Players like Ella Smith, Margot Rajat, Taylor Hamper, Bella Sobel, they all showcased their speed. Georgia Gray, Grace Hamburg, Molly Porter in the defense, showcasing their defensive ability. And a special shout out tonight to the 6 graduating seniors. They are Katie Anderson, Savannah Obi, Sejal Dua, my sister, I'm very proud of her, Hope Kaminsky, Molly Porter, and Emily Steele. And with that, we would like to thank you for tuning in tonight. For Sona Sridharan, our sideline reporter, Parker Morgan, our sideline camera, Mac Niedermeyer, our booth camera, Calvin Height behind the buttons producing the game for us. For my color announcer, Ben Landauer, I am Raul Dua signing off for tonight. The final score is 17-3 in favor of your Jesuit Crusaders, moving to a perfect 9-0 start on the Metro League calendar.